I think it's such a beautiful thing to recognize that the current situation that you find yourself in, the good in it are the things that you used to pray for. You're in the exact position that you from a few months ago, a few days ago, a few years ago, prayed to be in. And I think that's a very beautiful thing to recognize. It's a beautiful thing to recognize that some of the things that we may take for granted today are the things that we wished for, the things that we prayed for, the things that we cried for, not even just a few months ago. And along with that, it's almost the recognition that God always hears us. That it may take some time, that it may take some letting go, some stopping idolizing what you're looking for, stopping wanting it or desiring it so badly, making your self-worth attached to it, almost not wanting it anymore before God finally gives it to you. And I think it's such a beautiful thing because it almost shows that anything that we want, anything that we could aspire to have is something that we can have. The same situations that you were praying for, that you were hoping for so badly just a few years ago are the things that you currently have right now. And it also shows just the progressive realization of our own growth, the progressive improvement of our own lives. Because you were at a certain point and you wanted something and now you have it. The same things that we take for granted today are the ones that we cried over not long ago. So when I say that, I really just mean in the sense that we should try to be more grateful for the things that we have, but also recognize that you yourself have the ability to gain anything that you want. That God truly does love us. God truly just wants what's best for us. So if something is truly that what's good for us and we want it, then he'll give it to us. But sometimes it almost just requires a certain amount of letting go of the desire for that thing. Because I always say that to desire is to not have. And in that sense, I mean the people who want something the most, the people who need it, have it the least. So in recognizing that, it's about recognizing that needing and wanting is, in a sense, idolizing. And that God won't give you something that you idolize because you're not supposed to idolize anything. So in that same way, it's about recognizing how important it is that we don't necessarily look for. We don't necessarily strongly desire. We don't necessarily strongly need anything. And in doing that and in letting go, if it's something that's truly beneficial for us, then God will give it to us. So I just think it's so important that we recognize that. And it's also just a really, it's a good thing to notice sometimes that something that, you don't really think about too much now, something that you used to pray for before, something that you wanted so badly, something that you aspired for. It's just, it creates a positive feeling. A feeling of abundance and a feeling that, the world is truly yours to have. Everything that's good for you, you will have because God loves us. God loved us enough to give his only begotten son, so what won't he give to us? He'll give us what's truly beneficial. So if you want something and you're not idolizing it and it's something that's really beneficial that will truly add to your life, then God will give it to you. So I just think it's important that we recognize that more. That we recognize that the same situation that we find ourselves in is the one that we are praying for, the one that we are crying over, the one that we are hoping for would happen one day. The Bible verse after this video is taken from 1 John chapter 5, verse 14. And it says, "Now this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he will hear us." So anything that we ask for according to God's will. And that's not necessarily, like it can be something that you truly want in the world. Like God created the world for us to have dominion over. So it's not necessarily, not asking for anything material, not asking for anything that could be physical abundance. But rather it's just about not idolizing these things, not putting them above yourself, and especially not putting them above God. But if we truly just allow ourselves to almost not desire these things as much, then they'll be given to us. And if they're truly beneficial, they'll be given to us. Because the same certain circumstances that you find yourself in today are the ones that you were hoping would happen a few years ago. I hope you just come from this video, and thank you for watching.